You're watching Fabtex's roller shade motor and remote operations for the ML series. Parts and basic use. There are different types of roller shade motors depending on the window size and application, such as our external battery-operated motor with radio frequency controls, internal battery-operated motor with radio frequency controls, plug-in or hardwired application motor with radio frequency controls, and hardwired motor with hardwired controls. To program your motor, you must first locate the programming button, which is found at one of its ends. The color of the programming button varies depending on the motor type. The motor provides two types of feedback when you try to program it: by beeping or by jogging. Then we have the transmitters or remotes, which control the motors wirelessly via radio frequency or through hardwire. For this video, we shall focus on the surface mount remotes. We use the following buttons for programming. At the front we have up, stop, and down. An LED indicator provides feedback for some commands. Single-channel remotes are for single shades, while two-channel remotes are for dual shades. At the back, you'll find the programming or P2 buttons. The left one works with left channels, the right one with right channels. You may also replace batteries by sliding open the battery cover. We use 3-volt CR2430 batteries for our remotes. If you have the recessed in-wall switch, the programming steps are similar. The program buttons are just located at the front. This type of switch requires two AAA batteries. Note that physical obstacles such as walls can block, reduce, or reflect signals, so the range of the remote depends on the environment where the shading system is deployed. Also, whenever you program your motor and remote, the time between commands must be less than 4 seconds. Otherwise, the motor will exit program mode and you will have to restart the programming process again. Pairing your motor to the remote. On your motor, press and hold the program button for 1 jog, which takes about 2 seconds. On your remote, decide which channel you want it paired. Press and hold the stop button for that channel for 3 seconds. The motor will jog twice and beep 3 times, signaling the remote is paired to the motor. Changing your roll direction. Check if the remote's arrow directions operate as intended. The up button should move the shades up, the down button should move them down. If they are reversed, there are 2 ways to correct this. For the first option, on your remote, press and hold both the up and down buttons simultaneously until it jogs once. The remote direction should be reversed. Another option is through your motor. Press and hold the program button and release after the 3rd jog. The motor will then beep thrice, confirming the direction has changed. Setting and resetting limits. Limits determine how far up and down your shades automatically move when you press the up or down buttons. Ideally, your top limit should be just below the top of the window. Lifting the shade too far up will compress the fabric and lead to lift cord damage or excessive battery wear due to the added tension. Your bottom limit should be just at the top of the sill. Setting it too low will unfurl the shade as it hits the sill. Set the top limit first. Use the up or down button to reach your upper limit set point. Then press and hold the up and stop buttons simultaneously until the motor jogs, which takes 2 to 3 seconds. It will jog twice and beep thrice to confirm that the top limit is set. Next, set the bottom limit. Use the up or down button to reach your bottom limit set point. Then press and hold the down and stop buttons simultaneously until the motor jogs, which takes 2 to 3 seconds. Test the limits one more time. If everything works, then you're done. If you would like to correct your limits, here's how. To correct the top limit, press and hold up and stop simultaneously for 5 seconds. The motor will jog once and beep once. Go to your new desired top limit. Then press and hold the up and stop buttons simultaneously for 2 seconds. The motor will jog twice and beep 3 times to signal that the new top limit is set. To adjust your bottom limit, we follow similar steps. Press and hold down and stop simultaneously for 5 seconds. The motor will jog once and beep once. Go to your new desired bottom limit. Then press and hold down and stop simultaneously for 2 seconds. The motor will jog twice and beep 3 times to signal that the new bottom limit is set. Adding remotes. To add or pair another remote to your motor, first take the remote that has already been paired to the motor. Press the P2 button twice. Then, on your new remote, press the P2 button once. The motor will beep 3 times and jog to confirm the addition of the remote. Locking in the programming with user mode. Our motors have an advanced feature that allows dual button presses to work. To prevent accidental programming when users press and hold 2 buttons at once, it is recommended to put the remote into user mode after programming is complete. To do this, press and hold stop until the blue indicator light on the remote stops flashing and turns solid blue. You are now in user mode. Just repeat the process to switch back to programming mode. Switching frequencies. New unprogrammed wireless surface mount remotes come from the factory in ML mode or at FM frequency band. To make it operate in an AM frequency band or vice versa, first determine the frequency by pressing P2 once. The remote will respond by emitting a blue light at the front. 3 quick blue flashes means it's in ML or FM mode. 1 solid blue flash means it's in AM mode. Next, remove the battery from the remote. Then press and hold the P2 button with the battery out. Replace the battery and release the P2 button. Test the frequency by pressing the P2 button again. The frequencies should have switched. Muting motors. Muting the motor allows it to not respond to your remote's commands without unpairing from it. This is mostly used when programming multiple motors to the same remote. On the motor you want to mute, press and hold the program button for 2 jogs or for about 6 seconds. Release the button immediately after the second jog. The motor will beep 2 times to confirm that it has been muted. To unmute or restore it back to its normal operation, press the program button on the muted motor once. Reset to factory defaults. To delete all programming and reset your motor to factory defaults, press and hold the program button on the motor, releasing after the 4th jog, which takes about 12 to 14 seconds. The motor will beep and jog 4 times, confirming the reset. And now you're done. For more install videos, visit fabtexinstallations.com.